First through third place are all getting cash prizes, while fourth place will get skin codes. So if you win today, you're in some sort of prize. So today's a very big day. All right, guys, we have got ourselves Team 69 versus a new recipe. Team 69 on your left, the new recipe on your right, and the bands have begun. We're going to see lots of warrior bands as our Joust tournament meta has developed. We have seen that frontline is where the money is at. Warriors in particular seem to be very strong. 2 frontline plus 1 damage comps have found their way into our meta. So we're going to see the Kukulkan, Odin, Kukulkan bands come out, as well as the Woojer, Hades, and the third band will be decent chance it's another frontliner. No, it's gonna be Scylla. Scylla has by far been the most popular mage this tournament. Seeing gameplay in pretty much every game that she wasn't banned. She actually, her and probably Odin, Woojer have the highest pick ban rates right now throughout the tournament. They've been having very, very a good success. Not to mention they're pretty annoying to play against. So we're going to be seeing the first actual pick of the tournament being looked at right now since we've got our bands out. And it's going to be the Achilles. The immediate counter Thothlock, didn't even think about it. They were spamming that Thoth boy as fast as humanly possible. They got the Achilles for the front line. Once again, that's not surprising at all. Warriors have been extraordinarily powerful in this Joust series. Not to mention, so is meditation, actually. We've been seeing a lot of very, very big meditation usage. So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to whip out a meditation this game on their Warriors. Other side is already locked in. They are range damage. With the Thoth side, expect to see front lines coming out. It's going to look to be a Guan Yu. Guan Yu's got that good healing for sustain. In fact, if they want to go on meditation, help him keep that mana up. Not a bad idea at all. Not bad at all. Lots and lots of frontline is important. Lots of pressure. Early pressure in Joust has been very important this tournament. If you win those first couple of waves, the first 2 waves in particular, you get to go grab all the minions that are spawning, including the red buff, which allows you to get level 5 earlier, which allows you to force that fight at level 5. Has been the winning strategy so far. Win the early clear, try to get to the red buff, try to get level 5 before them, and then do a big fat all-in fight at level 5 while they're just at the edge of level 4. Chalk getting locked in, making sure they're not missing out on any of their front line. So they've got both of their frontline warrior boys locked in. They're going to be looking towards a mage for their damage dealer. On the other side, we do have the Thoth Guan Yu, so they could opt to go double damage if they want to, lock in a hunter or something. But I've got a feeling it's going to end up being another frontline, whether a warrior or guardian. It'll probably be a second front line. They've been so incredibly effective this tournament. Final bands coming out. Got Poseidon and Merlin off the table. It makes sense. They're getting rid of mages because they know that they need one. On the other side, getting rid of the Xing Tian Kumbhakarna, making sure they don't have annoying frontline guardian picks. So this will come down to how they want to rock these team comps. We know Sean is going to have to pick a mage, but Fellow Cheetah does have options. I'd prefer he pick a frontline so they rock the 2-1. But you never know. Maybe they're feeling lucky. Maybe they're feeling lucky. No, they're not feeling lucky. They're going to rock the extra Healy Boy comp. I like that a lot, actually. Terra Guan Yu. Going to be a nice DPS. Speaking of heals, We're going to get the Hell coming out as well. Look at the self-sustain, too. Chalk heals. Achilles has the self-sustain with his 2. Hell's got the heals. The Guan Yu, Terra, Thoth poke from afar. This is 2 very strong Joust comps coming out. A lot of frontline, a lot of damage, a lot of potential to self-sustain. Wouldn't even mind seeing maybe one of these teams opt for like an early curse donk. Something to help out in those early fights could be quite good against both teams. Both of these teams would benefit from a curse donk. They just have to decide whether or not it's going to be worth. Okay. And they're off to the races. As the minions are getting ready to spawn. Let's get it going. Some nice split jungle clear over here for a new recipe, making sure they're getting credit for all of these camps. We see a lot of meditations coming out. Look at that. 3 meditations for Team 69. Every single one of them grabbing a meditation. On the other side, we've got Aegis, Shell, and meditation coming out. A little bit more varied in their actives. That's going to be a lot of sustain for a Hell comp, man. That's a lot of sustain to have yourself triple meditation. So they're going to have a lot of farm going in. This is going to be the wave that matters a lot. The winner of this wave gets to usually have enough pressure to move over and start guarding the buffs. As we see Chalk go in looking for some poke. Guan Yu and Achilles kind of beating on each other. Chalk getting down to about half, but they pop a meditation, so they're going to be all right. And they got 2 more of those meditations as well, so they're not that worried. Thought's going to be looking for poke all game. Looks like Hell opted for full boot start. You saw him actually wait in base a little bit and opted to get the full life steal boots. Interesting strategy right there as we see Chalk and Achilles just pushing down that W key. Terra gets a nice root off, though, as the fights start early in this match. Both teams have so much sustain. They're pretty dang confident to start fighting early. Which team will be able to out-sustain, though? Guan Yu taking a lot of damage right there, a lot of poke. Thoth lands a massive root, though, onto Hell, and Hell finds himself really low, but that's another meditation. Will he be able to live through it? Terra's trying to punch him in the back line. He hasn't found the kill yet. Thoth will find the kill, though, with his 1. Now he has level 5. He's channeling the ulti early, smashes it right onto Achilles, but Achilles smashes him right back. They have to use the shell. He will be rooted for his troubles. Achilles finding himself very low. That's his 2nd dash. He does not have a 3rd one up. Will Terra be able to find the combo onto him? He will find the root. That is 2 big pickups right there for a new recipe. Not only do they find the first blood, the 2 kills, they also have pressure over this red if they want to go for it. Looks like they're going to opt not to. Thoth getting a little bit greedy right there, going for 1 more wave. Almost finds himself put down for that. Luckily, he will live through it. This will let Team 69, though, go into the jungle, get themselves some farm. That was such a quick, crazy segment of fights. 1,000 gold lead really quick for new recipe, but they will miss out on the red buff. That's going to be very, very strong for Hell. Picking that up. And this match is very serious very quickly. Neither one of these teams want to go out in the quarterfinals. Both of these guys want to make sure that they're getting into the semifinals where they're guaranteed prizing if they make it into the semis. Meditation's coming back up for Team 69 pretty soon. Active's down for a new recipe for a little bit longer. Meditation has a pretty short cooldown. Both of these teams really ought to be rushing into anti-heal. We can see Glide Shield coming out. We got a full Chronos Pendant on Thoth. That's going to be good for him. He's going to have so much poke. I'd actually love to see Thoth go into a Divine Ruin second and skip boots altogether. Would be great. That's a lot of damage coming out from Hell onto that Guan Yu, but a lot of counter poke coming out from Thoth. Both of these teams, so much poke and healing potential. Thoth throwing out these ones over and over and over. The dash is good. Hits again over and over. They got Chalk over the wall potentially hopping in. Yes, he will be. Diving right into that back line, getting a lot of damage onto Thoth, forcing Terra to use her ultimate. to try to keep him alive. But will Chalk find himself in a bad spot? No, Chalk will be okay. Terra's pretty low on mana right now. Thoth has been landing pretty much all of his abilities. Look at Chalk go right back in there. He's going for the ultimate. We get an Aegis down there from Thoth, making sure he doesn't take any of that damage. Huge damage from Hell comes out. Look at the meditation. Meditate, 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 meditate. But it won't be enough to live through the Guan Yu ulti and the Thoth ulti. Achilles can't find the ultimate on the Guan Yu, but he will find the auto attack afterwards, so he's going to be okay. Thoth extremely low in that backline. Needs to be careful. He's going to have to push back away from his minions, allowing Team 69 to get a lot of tower damage off here. Terra's probably just going to try to clear these minions as best that he can, but that's going to be a half HP tower. Good fight out there, actually, from Team 69. Going to allow them to get that tower down to half HP. Overall, that is going to be a win for them in that trade. Shell back up for Terra. Oh, meditations down for the boys in blue. Red buff is spawning momentarily. We do have our Demon King overspawned on the left-hand side. Typically, you don't see the Demon King get pushed on until you get those tier 1 towers down. People really like to save that special capability for the Phoenix to make sure it doesn't get any damage. Look at this damage that Hell is taking. Oh, my goodness. How dare I talk about an objective on the map when you can just kill a Hell on the map. Absolutely massive damage coming out from Thoth, who already has his 30% CDR in line with his boots, and he will not miss a root all game. My goodness, that's 2 huge kills, allowing him to come over and grab this red buff as well. 1 kill to 5 kills, a new recipe, extending out their lead past 1,000 right now. Thoth will pick up that red buff. That's a dangerous game to be playing against a Thoth with a red buff right now. 4-0-1 is Chthonic, who is putting in the work right now. Hell has gone back to pick up her Chronos Pendant. It looks like we're going to see a Pestilence coming out from Chalk right now. Probably going to be the first anti-heal item of the game. Nobody else seems to be working on any anti-heal. Chthonic just started into what I can only imagine is going to be a Divine Ruin. It could be some other items, but I would really suspect it's going to be anti-heal for against this team comp. Very standard Thoth build as well for Conquest. In fact, just the build that I prefer. Chronos Pendant into cooldown boots. Third item, if you need the anti-heal, you grab the Divine Ruin. If you don't need it, you grab the Spear of Desolation. Works every time, as it's working apparently in different game modes as well. A little bit of love poke right there onto Hell. Look at this total damage coming out already. 6,700 for Thoth. He just has such safe poke in the lane. When everybody's stuck in that lane, he can just pop over and over and over again. Very, very little problems for him. Almost nothing unsafe about his ability to poke. Wham! Finally misses a root. As it turns out, he is mortal. Poke, 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 poke. Terra looking for a nice stun. Gets 2, actually. Very nice. Hell goes ahead and cleanses them. Thoth is level 9 right now. A 2-level lead in Joust is a big deal as they once again start diving onto this Hell, who finds herself down at about 20% HP. Meanwhile, in the backline, they're trying to dive the Thoth, who will find himself dead. Great Choco Achilles ult combo right there. Guan Yu gets a nasty ulti himself, though, getting some good damage off, but the meditations are coming out. They do not have the anti-heal online yet, so these meditations are full healing everybody right now, allowing Hell to stay alive. Huge Terra damage coming out. Guan Yu should be able to finish that up with a little Tallow Assault. Not if he doesn't have it up, though, unfortunately. He wasn't in range of landing the 2. Doesn't get in range of the auto attacks as well, and didn't have the Tallow Assault ready for that. Thoth has respawned and is starting to dash back towards this lane. They might overstay their welcome. They don't have any of their meditations up. They're finding themselves kind of low in mana. Thoth wants to dash back in. Yeah, you could see that. He does miss the root, though. And Terra is still below half HP, so he has to be very careful. Otherwise, he'll find himself dead during this next engagement. Hasn't died yet, though. 1-0-3 for a fellow Cheetah. Red buff is up to the side. We've also got a camp up to the left with blue buffs respawning soon. Control of the jungle right now, very important. New recipe has such easy, good clear, though, with that Thoth. They can basically full clear these waves with no problem whatsoever. Team 69 does opt to go into the jungle, though, and grab that red buff before the wave even spawns. Good play from them. They knew they weren't going to win that lane clear anyway. 2-5 at the 9-minute marker. Gold-wise, it's pretty even. XP-wise, it's starting to even up a little bit. We got a 9-8-9 and a 9-9-8. Actually, it's 2 9-9-8s now as everybody hits the exact same level. So the game is dead even here at the 9-minute markers. Honestly, this is predictable. Both of these team comps very strong. Neither of these teams are going to get a default lead just because they picked the superior team comp. Because both of these teams, very good front line, very good damage, very good sustain, which is a recipe for success in our Joust tournament. Achilles looking for some poke and is not going to find it, in fact. Guan Yu takes a little bit of damage. Hell's got to be careful before he takes a lot of bit of damage. Thoth not so worried. Thoth does have the Divine Ruin online. Achilles has the Brawlers. We got a Pestilence online for Chalk. Thoth dash is down, so Chalk's going to be diving in the backline. That's going to be his Aegis. Guan Yu trying to ulti for Peel here in the backline, trying to keep his Thoth boy alive, but Thoth is going to turn this around, get a bunch of damage on Achilles. His ulti's up. Will he be able to land it? He will. Follows Achilles throughout that ulti to find it. Thoth has his root ready in that backline, looking for the Chalk who was already rooted. Takes a lot of damage from that Chalk axe, but not quite enough to kill him. Only one down. Not going to be healthy enough to push into the tower or anything. But a good fight there for new recipe once again. Thoth barely living, but barely is enough. Barely will do it. Technically, 1 HP is all you need. Hell now has the Divine Ruin online. So Team 69 has a full team of anti-heal. Once again, great poke coming out from Thoth as he dashes in, lands the root onto Hell. Because he lands the root, they will find that kill. Achilles now taking so much damage. That third hit from Thothwa not gonna find it. Will he land the root? He will not. Looking for the poke once again. Chalk going deep in here. He lands the ultimate. This man cannot miss, baby. Now with those kills, they will definitely be able to push into this tower. As they keep looking for damage onto Chalk, who is just getting absolutely wrecked right now. He will have to back out of that engagement. A new recipe should be able to take this tier 1 tower. And with the tier 1 tower down, I expect to start seeing some wards put out into the jungle so they can start looking for some pressure onto the Demon King over there in the side. Thoth once again going to be the king of this red buff, as if he needed any more damage right now with his output. Absolutely insane damage coming out from him. 13,000. Honestly, I don't even think this is Sean playing poorly. I think this is the fact that Thoth has such good range on his abilities, and Hell is just a little bit too close range right now. The idea behind Hell is good. Good mage damage, good healing. I like the idea. But I wonder if just the proximity that Hell needs in order to get the damage off is just not efficient against a composition with a Thoth and Terra who can really pressure you from afar. That tier 1 tower being down means both teams need to start getting wards around that Demon King. I'd like to see Team 69 get some defensive wards around their new recipe. Get the aggressive wards. Look at that poke. That's like one little hit. Looks like he might be working on a Soul Reaver right now. Chalk's trying to find the pressure here, but they're going to have to be careful. This Thoth damage is just nuts. His Aegis is coming up as well. He's down to half HP. He misses the root right there. That's actually a pretty big miss. They needed them to miss that. They have 2 meditations up for Team 69. We see the Contagion coming out for Terra. So they've got a large anti-heal as well now on both squads. Hell is going to find herself in a bad spot. She gets Terra ulted. She's getting Guan Yu'd. Holy Terra ult proc, baby. That's going to be the end of his life. Meanwhile, in the backline, they were trying to dive the Thoth. They do not kill him. They get him pretty low, but pretty low is going to be a hard battle when there's this much sustain on both teams. You're pretty much going to have the 100-0, or you're going to find the enemy team full health real quick like. As Thoth is diving back in for this fight, lands the root with Terra onto the Chalk. Chalk trying to get over the wall. He will find himself on the wall, but Thoth doesn't want to let him go. You can see the chase down coming right here. He knew he was going to do that. He goes for the root. He lands it. Will he be able to get the kill? He does not. The Chalk heal is going to be enough to keep him alive. You get Terra Sundo, and the... Oh my gosh. The Thoth 1 is already back up, courtesy of Thoth passive on his 1 and Chronos Pendant. Achilles trying to dive back in there, looking around for that low HP Terra. Doesn't find him in the jungle. Good backing location from Terra. We see Hel pushing now into the jungle, trying to see if she can't find anything, make sure they're not doing the objective. Finally, those wards are coming out. Hel and Guan Yu right by each other. Guan Yu ulti will come up real soon. That's just the nature of Guan Yu's ultimate cooldown. They do have the Chad shield as well from the Guan Yu, allowing them to get even more healing online. Good cleanse coming out from Hel to get him outside of that Terra root. About a 3,000 gold lead for New Recipe and an 8-kill lead. That's pretty significant in Joust. That's when it's really starting not to get out of control, but you would definitely put them severely in the lead. Chalk, once again, trying to dive onto this Thoth. I mean, really, this is the only play that he can do. That's a half HP Thoth. That Terra ult down. That's a Thoth beads down. They got to be careful for this ulti, though. It's a huge Thoth ult on the Chalk as he is very low. Guan Yu, he doesn't find the ulti from Achilles because Terra body blocks for him. And now they're healing back up with the Guan Yu. They just can't get the kill. That was a great fight for them. Chalk's putting so much pressure into the backline, but they just can't get it. Now Hel's left alone, running into the jungle, trying to get away. Achilles comes back in to peel for his Hel, and now he might be in trouble. Thoth dashing in, looking for the root. Doesn't land the root. Will Terra land anything? No, Terra does not go for it. Both of these teams fighting themselves super low, getting the backs off and getting away. Oh no, Hel is really far forward. I don't know about that. Great preemptive cleanse from Hel coming out, keeping her alive right there, actually. Knew that Terra root was coming, so she threw down that 2 to make sure she was going to be all right. Pushing right up to the Phoenix line. Thoth for that poke. They're going to go back, though, grab their red buff. Nobody dying in that fight. So much healing. The Joust and Conquest metas right now overlapping with the team with the more healing is having more fun. Healing so very important in Smite right now. Very, very strong. Anti-heal items just not having the same oomph that they used to. Especially with how much farm there is on both the Joust and Conquest maps. You're seeing out of combat healing has more value than ever, so you don't have to back and can just keep farming. Chalk finding a great position. Coming in from the right-hand side jungle when Thoth didn't expect it. Allowing him to land the ultimate. That's going to be a 30-second death timer on Thoth, allowing them to definitely get this tier 1 tower with no problems. What will they go for after this tier 1 tower, though? Terra dashes in. They can definitely put a lot of pressure on this. They just need to make sure their Hel doesn't get killed by, like, the Guan Yu ultimate. I'd like to see them playing even more aggressive right now. There's the Guan Yu ult. That tower is about to go down. There you go. Now the Guan Yu is very susceptible to some damage. They should get some pressure on him. They've got 3 seconds left on this Thoth respawn timer. They get the T1. They equal up that pressure on the map. Instead of being down 3K, they're only down a K and a half. That's very nice. Moving towards the Demon King. I don't suspect they're going to try to do it. That would be very risky. Yeah. They're not going to. New Recipe will get a ward on it. Team 69's got to be a little bit careful. If they all back, New Recipe could actually try to burn it. They're not going to. That might have been the play, would be for New Recipe to have immediately started that up as they knew everybody was backing. That probably would have been free for them if they would have been a little bit more cognizant of what was happening there. But back to farming. Both teams realizing that this is still in their grasp. We see the upgraded Curse Donk coming out here from Terra, trying to make sure they've got all the anti-heal possible. On the other side, we don't see Achilles or Chalk yet. There we go. Chalk just picked up his second active. He grabbed the beads. Achilles doesn't have a second active yet. He is level 13. He really ought to back and pick up something for himself. Terra taking some good damage, but she does have the zone right there with her stun against that wall. Hel's got to be really careful she doesn't get rooted. Thoth misses the root. Chalk coming in from the back line again. Chalk's positioning this game has been incredible. That's a shell and an Aegis and a beach coming out from Thoth. Thoth finds himself really low. Achilles lands the ultimate. That's a dead Thoth. That's a dead Guan Yu. Terra, the last one alive, and she will begin to get that chase down They don't want to commit too much to her, though. It looks like if they could have the Chalk chase her, have the Hell Achilles shove down mid lane, they might be able to go for this Phoenix. They've got 20-plus seconds on those death timers. Terra still has to walk all the way back manually, meaning they're going to get some great pressure onto this Fire Giant. Team 69 not giving up this one. Terra needs to be careful. If she finds herself dead here, they might be able to push even more after this. Great clear on those minions, though. Less than 10 seconds on her teammates. We've got double chasing coming out in the jungle. They may not be able to get that Phoenix. They're not going to be able to. Now they have to make sure they capitalize on this Terra kill so they can grab this Terra and then hopefully go look for that Demon King off in the jungle. She's starting the back. Will she be able to get it off? It's going to be close. No, she will not be able to get it off in time. So she said, well, she's still running. She's still alive. She's not dead yet. In fact, Thoth is here. Look at that damage coming out on the Hell. That's a kill immediately for that Thoth by himself. They're still chasing for this Terra. Will they be able to find it? Chalk lands the ulti onto 2. Thoth dashes down in the mid lane. Now he's getting chased down by an Achilles. Now he might be in trouble as Chalk comes back around. Thoth dash will be coming up very soon, though. That's going to be a 1-for-1 trade again. 20 minutes into this Joust match. 35K to 36. Just a couple hundred gold separating the teams. 14-14, 13 to 15, 15-13. Very, very close. Thoth maintaining a little bit of that level lead over the Hell, which we can see coming out in things like the damage department. 24,000 damage for Thoth. But in terms of healing right now, you have to keep in mind as well that they do have the Hell, and everybody on their team is basically healing. So when we look at healing done, Hell's got 13,000 healing. That's significant. She may not have as much damage, but boy golly is she healing her brains out. These teams so badly want to make it to those semifinals. They're so close, they can almost taste it. Everybody playing a little bit cautious. That Demon King sitting nicely over there, waiting for somebody to come take a gander at him. Just waiting for whoever it's going to be that's going to make that first move. Secure-wise, New Recipe has the Thoth ult, so they really do have the better secure. We see Thoth coming out with an Obsidian Shard. Doesn't want to get the Karen's coin. Doesn't want to have to worry about stacking it at this point, but he does want the pen, so he grabs the Ob Shard. If he gets the Ob Shard proc plus the Soul Reaver, I mean, that's 40% pen right there without even grabbing another 10% because of the Ob Shard passive. Nothing wrong with that, especially in something like Joust, where the game is really getting towards the end for most Joust matches. Over 20 minutes tends to be pretty long. So this is kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty. Pew, and a pew, and a pew. Chalk looking for some poke in that back line. Chalk's positioning pretty much all game has been amazing. He's been finding himself in that back line, diving on a Thoth. That's a Thoth Aegis down right there. That's a Thoth Beads right down. Look at that damage immediately onto him. He is extremely low as Achilles and Chalk provide great front line. Thoth looking for some poke, but he knows he has to stay extremely far back. Otherwise, he'll find himself in trouble. Achilles doesn't land the ulti. Guan Yu gets in front of it and body blocks it. Very smart play. Chalk still diving him in the back line. Can't quite find the kill as Thoth dashes back towards his base. Phoenix taking a little bit of pressure right here. Terra lands a great combo, though, as Guan Yu is going for this Achilles. Can't find himself outside of the Guan Yu ult. Guan Yu keeps himself right in that Horsey's path line. And now they're going to continue this fight on to Hell. Thoth's going to have a big dash up in just a moment. He's waiting for it. You can see him from the sideline. There it is. Dashing on through. Doesn't land the root, though, on to Hell. Chalk still in this backline, landing huge damage. That's a shell down. That's so much damage. Look at that build coming out. And Chile Heartseeker Brawlers. He really does have a lot of damage. He's almost more damage than frontline at this point. Chalk doing a great job of kiting that Terra into the jungle so that he could dash back to the mid lane and get out of that. Great plays. Biggest problem right now for New Recipe is Thoth is by far so much of their damage. And so the Chalk Achilles are just running at him. And you can't really peel Chalk because of the nature of his ultimate. is almost impossible, especially because neither Guan Yu nor Terra have beads, meaning that if they're pretty much in the range of the Chalk to peel, they're going to be silenced for 3 seconds, and then they can't peel for 3 seconds, and, you know, that's life and death for the Thoth. That's a hard situation to be in. Terra could theoretically go for a big, fat body block with the 2, but that's a hard play. Possible, but a hard play. Both teams going back to farming. I'm very surprised nobody's made an attempt for the Demon King yet. Demon King is not that tanky. Both of these teams could burn it very quick. Thoth getting a nice dash right there. Just looking to clear the wave, though. Chalk, we know where he's going. He's going deep into the back line looking for that Thoth before his actives can come back up. That's a very low Thoth. He does make it out of there, though. Chalk finds himself pretty low, and now the dive begins onto this Hell. She dove back with her team. Guan Yu does not land the ulti onto Hell. Lucky for her. They will continue to run away. Guan Yu's not done with his chase, though. He's got his Terra with him. Achilles is here. He finds himself rooted from the Thoth in the back line. Thoth channeling the ulti. Will he land it? He will land it onto the Achilles, and that will be a picked up kill from that Thoth down. Chalk going back in, though. A great placement from the axe allows him to 2 right back in. Guan Yu at 1 HP. Will the axe reach? It will reach. These are big death timers now. 40 seconds. Hell is alive. They've got creeps that have been yanked kind of into the jungle. They are luckily going and pathing back the right way. They're going to be joining this second wave. This should be a Phoenix. Even with Terra trying to clear the wave, shouldn't be enough. It will not be enough. That'll be the first Phoenix down for the game for Team 69. Terra's got to hold off for 15 seconds. Titan's not particularly tanky in Joust. 2 people with 15 seconds could definitely find it dead. 10 seconds until that Thoth spawns. Terra's still at half HP. Titan finds himself at half HP. That's a huge shock hole coming out. Terra down to a quarter. Titan down to a quarter. Titan down to 3%. And Team 69 down 5 kills. Finds themselves the win there at the end of the matchup. Great plays coming out, particularly from Knights TV. Very good chalk plays, just finding that Thoth around every possible wall, keeping them on the back foot. 22,000 damage coming out from that chalk. Look at this. Almost 30k damage coming out for Chthonic. It's not like the rest of the team did lower damage either. 18 and 12. One.